Hello and welcome to an emergency episode of the Skiing is Believing podcast, officially brought to you by Ski Racing Media. We are gathered here today for some groundbreaking, potentially expected, but equally sad news, because today is the day that Lara Gut-Behrami, the Swiss ski racing legend that she is, has announced her retirement from professional ski racing. Alan is here. We've also got Johan Tachet. Thank you very much for joining us, Johan, from Ski Actu in Switzerland. But Alan, let me come to you first. Your initial reaction, your initial thoughts when this news passed through this afternoon.
Well, first of all, my initial reaction was, oh no. It was a disappointment. I was hoping after last season missing that she was going to be back. I can understand. I mean, I don't know why, but you can understand. She's 35. She's got loads of years in front of her with a new career, I suppose. But she was sorely missed from skiing. She's one of the great athletes. Switzerland have this habit of producing great athletes, and she's one of them. And I'm so disappointed, but yet so pleased that I've had the privilege to be able to watch her all through her career. So you can't say much more than that. She's given so many thousands of people, millions probably, joy and excitement. And I don't think I can say much more.
Before we come to Johan, 48 World Cup wins, 101 World Cup podiums, 2022 Olympic Super G champion, and of course world champion in both Super G and Giant Slalom in 2021. What is the reaction in Switzerland today, and how expected was this in Swiss press, Johan?
It's not a big surprise to see her just being retreated now, because she was injured last year, and before her injury, she said that it would be her last season, and so we didn't know if she could make a comeback again. We hoped that she could make it, especially with the world champs in Crown Montana next season. But she trained very hard to come back. But I think deep down, she knew that it wasn't a way to come back, and she decided before the last season that it was her last season. So with this injury, it was just it was earlier than expected. But yeah, for us in Switzerland, for the press, for the journalists, is not a big surprise.
Mm. And how much will she be missed in terms of just on the tour? How much will she be missed by fans in Switzerland, by you journalists in Switzerland, but most importantly by the team?
She will be missed a lot. She was our best ski woman racer for the last 2 decades. She was just amazing, because when we had no one during the early 2010s, we had no one. We had just Lara Gut-Behrami. That's it. So she was always performing. During 2 decades she was performing. So it's hard to have another athlete like her. She was at the top every season, every time when she was in form, when she was not injured. So it will be difficult to have an athlete like her, because I think with Vreni Schneider, she was the two best female athletes that we had during since the World Cup exists, So she will be missed a lot.
She started nearly 400 World Cup races, dating back to the very end of 2007. Alan, just how legendary is Lara Gut-Behrami?
Well, I think she got to the stage where, when her name was on the list of starters, you sort of said who's going to be second. She was that good, and what I liked about her was so consistent. You know what I'm like, Matthew. I like consistency. I mean, I know medals are nice here, there, and everywhere, and the public love medals, but I love to me, consistency, and that's what I think Lara Gut-Behrami is, a consistent athlete who always performs at the top and gives her best every time.
Absolutely. And Johan, do you have any special stories, any kind of first interactions that you remember with Lara? Because we know she is a very kind of closed off individual. She's not across social media, which is very rare for an athlete of any caliber, never mind hers these days. So what stuck out for you from time spent with her?
At the beginning, she was on social media, but she decided it was around 2018, 19. She decided to quit that because she wanted to perform more. She was already successful, but she wanted more. This is Lara Gut-Behrami. She always wanted to be the first. She didn't want to be the second. She didn't want to be the third. She wanted only to be the first. So she always tried everything in her power to get at the top of the ranking. And that's her mentality, and this is what defined her the best, because she's a great athlete. She's just looking to perform, and that's it. And sometimes, yeah, she can be, stubborn with that, because she's second, she's third, she's not happy. I remember her at the Olympics in Sochi. She got the bronze medal behind Tina Maze and Dominique Gizin. She was not happy about that. It was completely crazy. She didn't want to answer the interviews after the race, because for her, she lost, but she won a bronze medal. It was crazy. And this is what defined her.
And for those people that may not have interacted with her, we haven't had that privilege, but what was she like as a person, and what is she still like? Is she as closed off as a lot of people imagine she is?
She tries always to have barriers, something like this between journalists and herself. As you said, she's not on the social media. She doesn't want to have a private life, to be on the news and everything. So she's not so close as that. But when she wants to tell something, she says what she has in her mind, and that's it. But she is, yeah, how you say that? She wants to have a frontier, between a private life, a sport life, and the others around her, And for her, she does the work. She does the work when there are kids over there after the race. She gives them autographs and take pictures and everything, and that's cool. But she's quiet about everything except which is not into the sport,
She lets her skiing do the talking.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's very typical of her that within her first few World Cup starts, she had a podium. And if you look at her last few World Cup starts, she had that scintillating couple of races at Sun Valley World Cup finals, winning the GS to when Brignoni took the title, and that Super G run, which is her last ever speed start, one of the greatest Super G runs you will ever see, just absolute textbook. And of course, the podium to finish it off in Solden. Johan, you've got your finger there. Go on.
Yeah. I was in Sun Valley for this finals, and she won the downhill, she won the Super G, she won the giant slalom. She was just flying, and I'm just disappointed to not see her race the last season, because I was sure she would have won the gold in the Olympics. She would have won the overall ranking in the World Cup. She has made few changes in a team and everything. She was just flying. Everything was perfect for her last season, and unfortunately, she injures herself in Copper Mountain. So I'm disappointed about that.
How high does she rank? Because we've speak about kind of Marco Odermatt taking over Roger Federer's mantle as the top Swiss sportsman. But where does Gut-Behrami rank in terms of the top Swiss sportswomen?
Oh, We had few tennis women player. We were quite good, like Martina Hingis, Patti Schneider, and in the early days, Vreni Schneider. We talked about her just before, and few athletes. Now we have good athletes, women in the athletics, like Mujinga Kombuji, her sister as well. So, yeah, but ski racing is the main sport in Switzerland with soccer, with and with ice hockey. And I could say, yeah, she one of the greatest sportswomen that we had in Switzerland.
And what will she be remembered for? Is it that flawless kind of floating way that she was able to glide down the mountain? Is there something specific that'll stick with people across the country and, of course, the ski racing world?
Yeah.
Alan?
You put that very well, actually.
Do you think it's that, Al?
Yeah, you put that very well. Yeah, I think it was. It's not just that she did win. It was the way she won. She was so clean and tidy and fast and exciting. And like I said at the beginning, you expected her to win, but you always wanted to watch. Although you thought she might win, you wanted to watch because you knew you were watching something which was at the pinnacle of her sport, and that's what was great about it.
She certainly has to be regarded up there with one of the best, as we know, and I would argue the very best in terms of Super G. I feel like that was the perfect discipline to suit her style, to suit her technique. 2 overall titles, but 6 in Super G across her career is just incredible to think about. The most of anybody in that discipline. And that, for me, that run in Sun Valley as her last ever Super G start was almost the perfect way to finish her speed career, Johan.
Yeah, it was crazy because she in Super G, I think Federica Brignone just has some similarities in her skill with her, but her consistency, as like you said, Alan, is just crazy because she won 6 Crystal Globes in this discipline, and it was the perfect discipline. Super G was the perfect discipline for her, and she managed to win everything in this discipline: the Olympic gold medal, the World Champs gold medal, and all the Crystal Globes. So yeah, as I said, I would like to have to see her last season and maybe in the next World Champs in Cromont, Montana, but unfortunately.
Yeah. I think really, although it is sad to see her retire, I think this little thing has been a celebration instead of a commiseration of her retiring, but a celebration of a great athlete.
But she's in peace with her decision. She said she wanted to decide when she wanted to retreat. So it's not a problem for her, and she will be happy in her future life.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. So those 48 World Cup wins have her 5th on the all-time list in terms of podiums. She's one of very few to reach that 100 milestone. She's the only woman to ever win more than 10 races across downhill, Super G and giant slalom individually, just emphasizing her ability across those 3 disciplines so specifically to win any given Sunday, quite literally, as we say over here in England. But to have those Olympic titles, to have those world titles is just amazing, really, isn't it? And the question now I have for Johan is perhaps slightly trickier. Does this put a lot more pressure on the likes of Camille Rast and Mallory Blanc to continue, or is Gut-Behrami so special that there can't be that same pressure? There can't be that same expectation? I
don't think so, because Camille is already under pressure because we haven't had any racer like Camille for the last 2 decades in slalom and giant slalom. in slalom, I mean. So she's already the next one after Lara Gut, and we can expect that that Cami could win maybe the overall once if she races in the Super G. She knows that she's under pressure. She likes it, so it's not a problem for her. Mallory Blanc is quite young and she's very talented, and she could be a candidate as well for the big globe in the future, because she got skills in giant slalom as well. But yeah, they are under pressure, but both like it.
And so is the rest of the world, eh? Johan, is there anything that you can leave us with, maybe a final memory? Not making it sound like she's passed away, but a final memory that will stick with you from your time on tour with Lara Gut-Behrami.
Oh,
if there's one you could share.
I don't. I need to think.
Did you have plenty of opportunities to speak to her over her career?
Yeah. Of course. At the beginning of when I arrived on the World Cup, it was quite difficult to interview her, and with the years when she stopped the social medias and everything, she was more accessible. And when you had the chance to have one-to-one with her, it was very cool, because she's very smart, she's intelligent, and she's talking very good. She speaks few languages very fluently: German, Swiss German, French, Italian, English, and it's so cool to talk with her when she's in a good mood. Sometimes she's not always
when she's won.
in a good, when she's winning. That's it.
Yeah.
So yeah. No, but yeah,
Good.
I think she will be a good how do you say that, correspondent for a TV pundit, something like that. In the future, we'll see.
She'll be with us in the media zone.
Yeah, hopefully.
With us guys.
It could be nice.
We'll see about that. Johan, thank you very much for your time coming on at such short notice. Sorry to interrupt your evening, but thanks so much, and all the best. Hopefully see you out there again next year.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you.
See you guys.
See you. Bye.
Goodbye. Just before we go, a huge thank you to Johan for joining us at very short notice this evening. And of course, thanks, Alan, for jumping in, although you probably won't have quite been as busy as Johan was this afternoon after this news dropped.
No, probably not.
Probably not. It was straight at the desk to write this one up very quickly. You can check, if you're a French reader, go check out Johan's piece at Ski Actu. If not, and you prefer English much like us, then head over to Ski Racing Media, because Katie's put a fabulous piece together honouring the great career and legacy of Lara Gut-Behrami. And Alan, finally, just one word from us on what an absolute legend, what an absolute sheer professional and privilege it has been to watch her. Maybe one day we'll get that opportunity to meet or interview her. But I mean, a lot of your time watching ski racing week in, week out, it's been Lara Gut-Behrami.
Yeah, it does, yeah, definitely. Hopefully we'll get a chance to meet her. Thought we might do this year with the skiing, but she may be there just to say.
Yes, she might.
We may see her.
And we might see her in the media zone, like Johan says there. She could make a good TV pundit.
Yeah, you never know. Mind it.
You never know.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much to Ski Racing Media, of course, as well, for their continued support. Thanks to Alan and Johan for joining me this evening emergency podcast. Well, we weren't quite expecting one on August 5th, but here we are. It was not what I was expecting when I opened Instagram at 4:00 this afternoon, but there you go. And a huge thank you to Lara Gut-Behrami for all the memories, for the amazing career. All the very best to her and her husband, of course, former Swiss football captain Johan Tachet. We might well see them in London, where they're supposedly going to live out the rest of their years. But whatever they are, wherever they are, whatever they do, all the best to them. Huge thank you to Ski Racing Media. And a little later on in the week, Alan, we will
See you later.
ski later. Goodbye for now.